Instagram if y'all are watching. And then I'm gonna get started. So y'all know I'm in this new studio, so I can't tell when people are watching anymore. I tried to fix it, but it didn't fix. I don't think it fixed. Hey, whoever's watching. Hey, Insta Greasy. That doesn't sound great. It sounds like I'm calling Instagram greasy, but so if y'all watching, type something in the chat. Type something in the chat so I can see if my chat working. But I'm about to try to pull it up on my phone so we can get started because today's gonna be good. It's gonna be GUD, not GOOD. It's gonna be GUD. Oh, there I am. Hey, Tanoa, look at me, y'all. Hey, all right. Today we're gonna be talking about rest, don't quit. Rest, don't quit. Rest, don't quit. Oh, there I am. Turn it down on this side. Hopefully y'all can hear me on Instagram. I borrowed my daughter's AirPods, so hopefully I got good sound coming through today because I know last time it wasn't so great. How y'all doing? I know it's the end of the night. Wow, it's the end of the night. Y'all see my Hyde Park Drexside family t-shirt from the Shy City, from Drexside. So today's gonna be a good message. The other day, I was scrolling Facebook, and a veteran friend of mine, Hector Giron, posted this quote, and it was by someone I had never heard of before, Banksy. And the quote said, "When you get tired, learn to rest. Don't quit." And at first I was like, "Woo, stolen." And then I said, no. I'm gonna do one better. I'm gonna speak on this on my next live. I said, because that's fire right there when you think about it. When you get tired, learn to rest, don't quit. Think of how many times in your life you've gotten tired. And usually when we get tired, because we are a people who, in the society we live in now, we don't know how to rest anymore. You know, it's a go, go, go. And then it's a phony go, go, go. It's just you're just going for just to say you're going, right? Like right now they have this thing in the self-help world where it's about the work you put in. It's about the work you put in. If you're not working harder than me, then you're not doing anything. If you're not out there grinding, then what are you doing, right? When really, I don't see who that was. I gotta pay attention to my phone too. Somebody gave me a like. I didn't see it. But really, at the end of the day, what it should be is, are you putting in valuable work, right? Are you putting in valuable time? Are you really doing the type of work that's actually going to benefit you and not make you tired? So y'all know I'm a definition queen. Like, I love definitions. I love to get everybody on the same page by bringing in words that like we can all gravitate towards, so we all are on the same page to get the same message. So therefore, when we start sharing information, we're sharing it from, this is what this means today. Because as you know, you could say a word and that word can have 15,000 different meanings, right? And you could use it in so many different ways. I love the English language because you could use a word one way one day, and then the next day is a totally different word, used in a totally different way. So I'm going to do the definition of tired. I'm going to do the definition of rest. And I'm going to do the definition of quit. Because again, what we're talking about today is, when you get tired, learn to rest. Don't quit. When you get tired, learn to rest. Don't quit. And so it's crazy me being on this new studio app on my computer. I see a different number in my live because I'm live on 9 different platforms right now. But then when I look down at Facebook, it's like not that many people. And so it keeps throwing me off because I keep looking down and I see different numbers. So if you are popping in and it seems like nobody's watching, just know that this is going out on like 9 different channels right now. So there's more than just you. So feel free to stay add some value, and let's go. So when you get tired, learn to rest, don't quit. So what do we mean by tired? Again, I was saying earlier how like in today's society, you have a lot of people that are doing that we're doing busy work, right? And we're not really doing valuable work. And some of the work is valuable, but a lot of times we just feel like we're supposed to go, go, go. Have you been around anybody ever before and they tell you they start naming all the things that they've done that day? And it used to be this thing where, well, it still kind of is, especially when you think about the election that just happened. But, we're in this belief that everybody gets a trophy, right? And so it's like when people tell you about the busyness of their day, it's almost like they want you to pat them on the back or, say something that, congratulates them for being super, super busy all the time. And really, what we should be doing with one another is actually encouraging people to learn to rest, encouraging people to learn to take a breather, right? So when you get tired, learn to rest, don't quit. We get tired because we're doing so much work that is not really beneficial to what we should be doing, right? So when you look at what you were intended to do when you came to this earth, when you look at what it was that, like, I always say that when we came to earth, we came with a name already. And we were named on our birth certificate, but we came with a name. So my name would be teacher, speaker, coach. If you called me any of those names and I'm walking down the street, more than likely I'm going to turn around because that's who I was intended to be, right? That's my intended purpose in this world. So if I'm doing work that is toward my purpose, yeah, I may get tired, but I'm not going to get weary enough to where I want to quit, right? Because this is the type of work that when I do this work, it also fuels me on the back end. But all of this other stuff that we're doing every day just to be noticed or to be seen, things that don't fit our purpose or our goals, but we're just doing this work, that's busy work, right? And so when you get tired, like a lot of times when we have a purpose that we're going after and it doesn't seem like it's working, it doesn't seem like we're being noticed, it doesn't seem like our hard work is paying off, that can cause a weariness and a fatigue that makes us want to just say, forget it. I don't do this anymore. Nobody's noticing anyway. I'm not making it to the top. I'm watching people who don't have the skills that I have, that don't have the education that I have, that don't have the connections that I have, and they're rising to the top. And here it is, I'm still stuck at the back end. So that causes this weariness or fatigue. And so when we look at the definition of tired, because again, today's message, when you get tired, is that it? When you get tired, oh my gosh, I just forgot the quote. Yeah, when you get tired, learn to rest, don't quit, by Banksy. Never heard of Banksy before, but Banksy. Hey, Lisa. So again, Banksy is this English street artist, political activist, film developer, and filmmaker. And his quote was, "When you get tired, learn to rest, don't quit." So what does that mean? Let's look at the definition of tired. Weary, fatigued to the point of exhaustion, drained of strength and energy. When you get tired, when you get fatigued, when you get drained of your strength and your energy, when you know that you are on track to do this big purpose, when you are on track to live the name in which you were born, to live the dream in which was given to you before you were born. And one definition of tired, when you are no longer fresh or in good condition, right? When you no longer feel fresh in your purpose, fresh in your goals, fresh in your dreams, right? When you no longer feel like when you have enough strength to continue, rest, don't quit. When you get tired, learn to rest, don't quit. So what does rest mean? One definition of rest says to cease work or movement in order to relax, to refresh yourself, to recover your strength, to be placed or supported, to stay in a specific position. Like for instance, if you're sitting and you're chilling on the couch and your arms, like right now, my arm is on this chair next to me, it's resting on the chair, right? It's still in motion, but the chair is just supporting me. So that's a good way to look at it. When you are moving towards your goals, your dreams, your aspirations, your hopes, those things that you know you were intended to do, and you get tired, Find people who support you. Find things that can support you. Oh, I got a message in the chat. My chat is working. Which channel you watching me on, Thaddeus? Because, wow, that chat popped through. It says all things in good and bad. Yes, 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 yes. Hey, Dr. Sims. Yay, it's working. Ernest Hemingway said, never mistake motion for action. Absolutely. Okay, so that is you put a lot of stuff in the chat, so I can't read all that, but yes, I'm gonna read it in a minute. That's a lot. But I love the quote, never mistake motion for action. And find people who can support you. It's just like when you get tired, you sit in a chair. Never do we doubt that the chair can hold us. We just sit in the chair, right? Never do we give up on the fact that the chair is going to do what it is intended to do. We know that we can find some type of rest and relaxation by sitting in the chair. So what things in your life can you find that when you get tired so that you will rest, not quit? What can you find in your life that helps you rest so that you don't quit? Because the definition of quit, oh wait, let me go back to rest, because there's another definition. An instance or period of relaxing or ceasing to engage in strenuous activity or stressful activity. A period of relaxing or ceasing to engage in strenuous or stressful activities. But I love the first one was to cease work or movement in order to relax and to regain your strength. That's what we have to learn how to do. Find a way to regain our strength. And so what's the definition of quit? Quit. To leave a place, usually permanently. To leave a place, usually permanently. To behave in a specific way, to rid yourself of. Remember you used to date people or have boyfriends and girlfriends when you were younger? I mean, you still do. I mean, I'm not saying we don't have boyfriend, girlfriends, unless you're married. Can't have one if you're married, right? But, back in the day, we used to say when we broke up, oh, I quit him. I never really looked at what that meant. I quit him, right? And it wasn't until I was reading this earlier, and it was like, to rid yourself of. It's like, oh, I rid myself of you. I quit you. I quit. I give up on this. I give up on us. Bye. To stop, cease, or discontinue. When you get tired, learn to rest, not quit. Learn to find those things that support you and don't quit. What happens a lot of times when we are working toward goals, dreams, hopes, and aspirations, and we don't feel we're being supported, we don't feel we have people in our corner, we don't feel like it's working, and we just feel tired all the time. What do? We usually quit that thing and we give up. One thing that I love is when people realize that there are, like the military way, that there are 400,000 ways to get to the end of a goal, right? So a lot of times people say that they'll have so here's the confusion. People say, don't just have a plan A, have a plan B through Z. But the military philosophy is only have a plan A, but have contingencies to that plan A. You never change the goal. You just change the way you achieve the goal. And a lot of times people quit. We're so used to being able to quit and give up that we have different goals in our back pocket. Instead of saying, oh, my goal is to publish a book, right? And you send it out to 40 publishing companies and they all say no. Instead of saying, well, let me find a way to publish this myself, we said, well, you know what? I didn't really want to publish a book anyway, right? I'm just going to go work at this company and help them produce marketing materials. We have totally quit on the goal of publishing a book because it seemed too hard. And we got weary and fatigued, and we didn't find a way to rest in different information and different support systems, right? But the military way is to say, agree, rest, but don't, right? Hey, childhood best friend, sister, Junia. But yes, it's like, the military way is, okay, that didn't work. You sent it to 40 publishing companies. They said no. They missed out, right? So then what can you do now? Was it only 40 publishing companies? Keep going. Find somebody who knows somebody. Find somebody who may have a rich uncle who can help you publish your own book. There are so many contingencies to a plan. Rest so that you can find a new contingency so that you don't give up on what it is that you wanted to do, right? There are always different ways to look at something. We don't have to quit and give up. We just need to rest for a bit. We need to find some support. We need to be able to breathe for a minute, right? When you are tired, when you are weary, when you are fatigued, when you are drained of your strength and you want to give up, or one definition of tired, when you are bored with. How many of us have quit people and things and situations because we're just tired of it, tired of them. They turn the corner. It's like, oh my God, I can't deal with them another day, right? It's like, oh Lord, here they come again. I think I'm done with them. So I quit. I quit this situation. You go to a job, you're just tired of that job. You're tired of, and you may not even be tired of the job. You may be tired of the people at the job. The people at the job have just like driven you crazy. And so we quit the job because we were bored with it, or we give up on certain studies because we're bored with it. And so instead of learning to rest in something new, we quit. So again, Banksy says, and I love this quote. I just heard it this week and I was like, I have to talk about this. When you get tired, learn to rest and don't quit. So let's talk about some ways we can learn to rest. What can we do to rest? What can we do to take that deep breath and learn different ways of coping and being and understanding ourselves and understanding our goal even more? What are different ways that we can actually tap more into looking at what we were doing and maybe the things that didn't work because we didn't have the skills, or we may need to get some more knowledge in a certain area. Where can we learn to take a rest, sit in a seat, prop ourselves up, put our feet up for a minute and think? A lot of times when you look at people who are just busy work, busy, and just doing things all day, and they have to either be talking, texting, tweeting, watching TV, they have to be doing something. It's almost as if they're afraid of their own thoughts. They are afraid of actually letting things just settle in so that they can think things through, right? They don't want their lives to catch up to them. So what they do instead is find ways that they're not resting, really. They're not resting. What they're doing is they're continuing to be busy. Like Thaddeus put about the quote from Ernest Hemingway, never mistake motion for action, right? They're just in movement all day long. And then at night they go to sleep, and most of the time is not even restful sleep because they don't want to sit with their thoughts. But sometimes it's okay to sit back, prop your feet up, and not not like beat ourselves up for a day that didn't go the way that we wanted it to. Again, there are contingencies to a plan. We don't give up on the plan. You don't change the goal. You just change the way you're going about the goal, right? You just change the action that you were doing around the goal. What is her name? Sarah Lee. Years ago, when she used to give people advice, one of the things she said was, write down the things that you want to do that day, right? And then as the day goes on, you check off the things that you did. And at the end of the day, if you don't get everything done, it's okay. Because guess what? God willing, you're going to have another day. You take those things that you didn't get done, you just put them on the next day. And you continue to move towards your goals. You don't give up on the goal. You don't say, well, the day ended. I had these 3 important things that I wanted to do. I didn't make it. Oh, well, I just can't ever do those. No, we just put them on a different day, right? But when we go to bed that night, we rest in the fact that we know that there are some changes that we have to make, some things that we have to do in order to accomplish the things that we were intending to accomplish. So you don't give up on the dream. You don't give up on the goal. You just find a way to have a contingency so you can make it happen the next day. Again, I'm going to keep quoting this quote by Banksy. I'm going to have to look up Banksy. I ain't even really look him up. I don't know I don't even know what Banksy's art looks like. I just know this quote. When you get tired, learn to rest, don't quit. And a lot of times, depending on where we are in our lives, we see resting and quitting as almost the same, right? Because we have not been taught that it's okay to take a breath and to breathe and to rest and relax. You know, again, the culture that we're in today is like, if you're not grinding harder than I'm grinding, if you're not doing this and if you're not doing that, then I don't even see you. And there's somebody out there that can do one thing a day and skyrocket that thing and be much better off than somebody that did 50 things that day and didn't do them all that well. You know, if I can put my time into one thing and give myself permission to take my time, give myself permission to breathe through it, give myself permission to perfect it. And I know everybody who's watching, especially lately, my perfection coaches who are like, to Noah, there's no such thing as perfect. Tell that to my brain. It doesn't understand that. But if I can at least work toward making it perfect, is that better? Is that better, y'all? Is that better? Then I'm giving myself permission to take a breath. I'm giving myself permission to find spots and places within my work to be able to breathe through it and to allow some life into it. Because think about what a breath is. Think about what resting is. When we are resting and taking care of our breath and taking care of ourselves, then really we're also breathing life into whatever it is we're working on. Without that rest and relaxation, your projects that you're working on, they look harried, right? They look like they've been rushed and they haven't really been given the time and attention that they need. It doesn't mean we need to take 30 days or three days or even 3 hours. It just means that we need to be able to, oh Lord, y'all, my screen went off. Okay, sorry, y'all. But it just means that we need to be able to like find a place in ourselves and in our own minds and our lives where we're not fatigued, right? Where we're not exhausted, where I'm not putting exhaustive energy into what I'm working on. Because then I'm probably going to quit. I'm probably going to leave permanently. I'm probably going to give up. I'm probably going to behave in a way or quit you. I quit you today. I quit you. I haven't heard that phrase in so long, but I used to quit a lot of people. I quit you. I quit. That's it. I quit you. That means that you just gave up. Think of marriages. So I've never been married. I am not about to sit here and try to give any married people advice because that is not my lane. Obviously, I've been engaged a lot of times, never made it all the way through. So this is not marriage advice 101. Just know that. No. But I can say that looking at married couples, divorce comes into a lot of conversations. And for those married couples who actually make it past that point, and actually stay together and remember why they got together and continue to do the work so that they can be better, they didn't quit the relationship. I quit you, right? They didn't stop or cease or discontinue that marriage. It got hard. So really what they did, some people go to marriage counseling, some people restructure the way they're doing their day. They start spending more time together. But they found a way to rest in the knowledge of what was present so that they could learn more about the situation and learn more about each other so that they didn't quit the situation. And, I've been thinking about like marriages and strong marriages a lot lately. And watching yesterday when Kamala and her husband were walking onto the stage to do their acceptance of the position speech. I can't think of what it's called right now. It's not the inauguration because that hasn't happened yet. We close. But and I was watching them and I was just thinking of how supportive he was of her this entire run and how supportive she is of him and the things that he does. And that's really like the beauty, I think, of strong marriages. You find somebody who even when you're not at the stage where is all that puppy love still, right? You can find a way to allow that support and allow them that rest. How great is it to be in a position where you have given your all day, and then you have somebody who understands that, and they create an environment for you mentally, physically, spiritually, where you can rest in who you are and what it is you offer and who they are and what they offer to you. I think that's the beauty of marriage. Again, I've never been married. I mean, I'm not trying to give advice to married people, but what I will say that if you are in the midst of a divorce and it's just simply you have like you can't find a spark, but there's like no abuse, no like nobody's spending up, the money and nothing like that, and it's just that you just can't find the spark, then I would challenge you to use this quote. When you get tired, learn to rest, don't quit. And rest can mean a lot of different things in your situation. But again, the definition of rest is to cease work or movement in order to relax, to be placed or supported so as to stay in a specific position. That is, you decided to join me on Instagram instead of Facebook. Whoop, whoop. An instance or period of relaxing or ceasing to engage in strenuous or stressful activity. So if we learn to rest, if we learn to give ourselves permission to rest, that's the biggest thing. If we remove ourselves from a culture that says that we're supposed to stay busy, 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 busy. Your Instagram feed is live. Yeah, all of it's live. Huh? I'm confused. It was live on Facebook too. I'm talking on both. See? But if we can learn really, I think the biggest part of rest is permission based. Rest is permission based. Do you give yourself permission to breathe? Oh, your son wanted to be on your computer? Okay. But do you give yourself permission to take a chance on you so that you don't quit the very thing that's more than likely meant to give you life? Because that's how that's how purpose works, right? The things that we are purposed to do are the things that continue to help breathe life into us, right? Purpose breathes life into us. So if we quit on the things that breathe life back into us, then we don't have rest. It kind of all goes together. See, that is, you got on here and now it's like freezing up on you. But we don't have that rest that we're looking for. So again, I love the quote. It can mean so many different things. Hey, King Hefs. It can mean so many different things. It can mean so many different things, but I loved it because when I read it, it hit me like right here. Boom, right? It was like, that is the key, I think, right there to people fulfilling their purpose before they leave this earth. Learning to rest in who they are and to not quit or give up before they get there. I was talking to somebody, I don't know if I mentioned this last week, but I was talking to somebody about this very thing. And it's, you see those memes of the, like a miner, right? And you see him underground just mining. And in the picture, you can see him on this side, and then you see all the dirt. And then right on the other side of the dirt is the gold mine. But you see him, he's tired. Like he's tired. He's so tired. And he had like one more hit. And if he had hit one more time, all the treasure was right there waiting for him. But instead of learning to rest, instead of resting, like he could have just rested in the dirt, right? He could have said, I'm going to come back. I'm just going to take a minute. I'm going to take a breather. I'm going to take a breath. Hey, Miss Shirley. Instead of saying like, I'm going to take a breath and try to figure some things out, he quit And so the moral of the meme is like, don't quit before you reach the gold. So what can you do so that you don't quit before you reach that which you were intending to get? And it's in the rest. The rest that most of us won't give ourselves permission to do. We won't give ourselves permission to breathe. We won't give ourselves permission to sit back and put our feet up. You know, just to make y'all laugh, I don't really watch TV. And I remember years ago, most of us who spend time in the military have some ailments that we go through, right? And I have a condition called fibromyalgia. So fibromyalgia is like you get tired a lot, and you have aching joints and all that other stuff. And I hate going to the doctor. Like if I do go to the doctor and they say, well, come back next week, they know 9 times out of 10 they won't see me again, right? I'm not going back. So thanks for the information. Peace. I'll look up everything else on the internet because I'm a doctor. I'm not, but hey, why am I going back? You already told me one time. So my doctor would sometimes say to me, Tanoa, look, your body is overtaxed, it's overstressed. You don't give yourself time to rest and relax. You don't give yourself time to just like have downloads and to think. You're always on the go, on the move. And so you need to rest. Or if I got sick, if I had the flu, you need to rest. You need to stay in bed. Like I wouldn't even want to take off work. I would go in my office and close the door and just wouldn't let people know I was sick, right? I would just work because I don't know how to rest. I don't know how to relax, right? Or I didn't. I learned, but I didn't. And so one thing I would do was, this was back in the day, y'all. This was like Blockbuster Video. Redbox first came out. I'm talking DVDs that you had to return in a box or at a store. And I used to love when the new movies came on DVD. And I would just, when I got sick, I would be like, okay. So my way of learning to rest and relax was I would go and rent a movie, and I would make myself just lay in bed and watch the movie. And it was so hard. It was so hard. But it's like, I know that I'm going to get at least 2 hours and 15 minutes of some type of rest and relaxation from watching this movie. Or everybody knows I'm a nerd, so I'm a bookworm, right? And so I can read, like if on those days, if I was sick, I would go to the library, because this was before we could read. Now I read on my phone. I have my little online library card, so I download books all the time, and I have friends in other states who love me dearly, and they all, they give me their library card number, so I am connected to libraries in other states. So if Houston doesn't, or in cities, if Houston doesn't have it, Chicago doesn't have it, New York doesn't have, you know what I mean? Like, I'm connected because I'm a nerd. So I would sit there and read a book, and if I was laying in bed and I didn't want to watch a movie, my resting would be, okay, I'm gonna read a book. And I would like read 3 romance novels, y'all. I'm not talking deep, Secrets of the Universe. I love that stuff too. But if I wasn't feeling well, I was doing like some type of Harlequin romance, because even though I've never been married, and even though to use this word, I quit you, I love the idea and the concept of romance, right? But I could read like 3 or 4 a day. That's what made me rest and relax. If I wasn't sick, then I was go, 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 busy, 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 no rest for the weary, right? And just out there. My son said this to me the other day. He said, Mom, what used to irritate me growing up with you? He said, you always seem to have time to do something for everybody else. He said, you're always looking to take care of people. He said, every Christmas, you would be the one that collected all the money from the people at Disney, and you would go out and do all the shopping for, the disadvantaged kids, and do all the wrapping. And, I would shop for like 20 families, and then go take it back to work and have people help me wrap gifts. But he said, you were always busy, 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 taking care of other people. And I never, ever, ever saw those people take care of you. I never used to see anybody who would just come to your defense or your aid. And I always wondered, she's always doing something for other people. Who does something for her? And he asked me that one day, and it broke my heart, because I was like, oh, am I not showing that side? And it's just like, that's just that it wasn't me. I didn't know how to accept help from people. I didn't even believe it. I didn't even believe people would, were able to keep their word. So I did not know how to rest. I did not know how to find support what was it? To place or support. So to stay in a specific position. I didn't know how to find that in other people or expect it of other people, believe it of other people. It was just me. That's all I had, me. And if I can't do it, then I guess it won't get done. That's you too, fam. That's you too. Yeah, like we just go, take care of everything and everybody else. And you know, and then when you do, like every now and then, like when I get deep in a dark place or a dark funk or in a space where I done screwed up and need some help, and you ask for help, guess what happens? Nothing. People don't come through. So I didn't understand this concept. And so for me, I didn't necessarily quit things, but it's always a huge delay, right? Because it's like, okay, I can't make that happen right now. I can't figure out a way to make it come true. I don't know how to rest. So I'm going to quit for now. Maybe if and you know, in a couple years later, I will come back. But I'm going to quit for now. And then I'll just come back to it. But that's because we don't give ourselves permission to rest. I came from a military culture, right? First of all, I came from Diana Bond's house. And you're going to be doing some stuff. You're going to do what she told you to do, right? Tell you about it, right? You're going to get some stuff done, right? And then I went to the military, which made it even worse. Military is just like go, do. And I never knew how to rest. I never knew how to relax. And there was no such thing as giving myself permission to rest and relax. It just wasn't something that was going to happen. And so that had to be learned. And maybe those times of sickness or, you know, being at a point to where my fibromyalgia was just out of control and I was just, the chronic fatigue was through the roof, and I don't take medicine. So sending me medicine or giving me a prescription is like, I don't know, I'm not swallowing that pill. That's I'm not putting that in my body, right? So it would take like an act of God to get me better and healed and to actually swallow some pills. Or, you know, I would go find a natural cure, and I used to do a lot of cleanses and fasts. I'm like, before I take that pill, then I'm gonna need to take 15 other pills to get me better. After taking that one, I'm gonna cleanse my body. But it took that period of my life for me to learn how to rest, for me to learn how to find support in myself or even in other people, to allow people in, you know, to allow people to feed my spirit in a way. Miss Shirley said a lot of us have that problem. I feel taking care of others is your rest. Yes, and it can't. And I used to think that too, right? That's why my son was always like, who takes care of you? You're taking care of the world. And I'm like, because that feeds my soul. That's part of my purpose, right? And so when you think about it, the things that are part of our purpose, we do them. And as we're doing them, we're getting life coming back to us. It's like this like little cyclical thing, right? And like we're in this groove, and sometimes the groove speeds up and sometimes it slows down. But regardless of how it's moving, it's our groove. And it's okay. But it's when we try to throw too many things in. You know, you see people that are jugglers, 2 balls in the air. I got it all day. Man, I'm a pro. You can't tell me nothing. I could juggle. It's just 2 balls to know you ain't doing nothing. I got it. Throw the 3rd ball in. I don't understand what just happened. Like, I watch jugglers and I just be like, it's something wrong with your brain. There's definitely something wrong with my brain. We all know that. I'm proud. I'm proud of it. I tell people all the time, I ain't rap tight. It's okay. It's okay. Right? Because in order for me to do the things that I do in this world, understand people the way that I understand them, it has to be something a little off about my brain, right? It's okay. But jugglers, no. How you understand them balls and you can grab them all, and then oranges and all that stuff? But the point of my story is we can all do that, right? We all have our rhythm until something gets thrown in the mix that throws us all the way off. The other day I posted a picture. I was on this call. I was on call with a service organization that I'm on. And so first of all, I realized the other day watching CNN, because this election, and I had CNN on, just CNN, 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 CNN. And then one day I was like, oh, their voices are just getting on my nerves. I was tired. I don't watch a lot of TV. And so my TV was just on 24/7. I felt like it was sucking in my soul, right? It was just like, I can't breathe through this, hey, just sweet angel. But I was just like, oh my gosh, like it's just too much. And then I get on this call with the service organization and I was snappy. I was laughing and joking, but I was snappy, and I was just like, okay, Tanoa, you're not right. Something's not right. And once when I hung up, I remember closing my computer from Zoom and just like taking this deep, and it was in the breath. It was in the breath that I was able to give myself permission to realize I needed a break. That between CNN, I don't know if y'all have seen it, if y'all received my invitation or not to join my new page for Warrior Empowered, which is my new nonprofit that I founded to help service members, veterans, first responders and their families, police officers, all first responders, but just to find the empowerment that they need to be able to refresh themselves and live healthier lives. That's the gist of it. Using training, certification, coaching, all those empowerment tools. But building the nonprofit and building my for-profit and oh, thank you. Hope you join my page. It's if you what do you say on Instagram? The link's in my bio. There you go. But just it was so many things then, taking care, my daughter, she's at home from homeschool and not homeschool, she's at home for school. And it was so many things happening in my space and I was snappy. And I know when I get snappy, nothing nice is coming after that. If I don't catch me as snappy, then I have a lot of apologizing to do later, right? Because I don't give myself permission to rest. So I don't always click in. And then this is a time of year that's always hard for me because as a little girl, it's like cellular memory. As a little girl, the abandonment from my father and all that. And my birthday's next week. And then Christmas is right after. And I was always told, oh, he's coming to see you. And he never came, right? So the cellular memory kicks in around this time. So I have to pay attention to a lot because no matter how healed we are, you don't heal yourself at the cellular level. You just learn how to recognize your triggers so that you can, calm the inner child, right? So all this stuff was happening. And I had to say, Tanoa, so I posted this picture on Facebook of myself and it was just like, I had to grab my headphones. Music, I used to be an accomplished musician. Somebody said to me once, why do you say used to be? And I was like, well, I haven't picked up an instrument in years, but I used to play with the Chicago Symphony and all of that. As a high school student, not afterward, college band, marching band, all that. And so, music has always been my go-to and music has always been my source. And so I went and put on my big headphones, noise canceling. I need bass, right? I need the in my spirit, no matter what I'm listening to, from alternative rock, some R&B, rap, depending on what mood I'm in, you'll know what mood I'm in. Because if it's angry music, I'm really pissed off. If it's rock, I just need my brain to so I went and put on my big headphones and music has been my rest. But I knew then that I needed to find rest because what was going to happen was I was going to end up quitting something. And I'll tell you, and I'll be honest, and if anybody from the service organization is watching, don't get in your feelings, but I'm telling you, when I closed my computer, sorry, MacBook, because I did close it a little hard, I said to myself, I think I'm just going to quit. I was done. I was tired of being in it. I was tired of listening. I was tired of being around them. And I was like, I think I'm just going to quit. That's where I was. But I know it's because I was snappy, like, because a lot of other things were happening, right? And so I was ready to quit, to leave permanently, to give up, to turn in a letter of resignation. I'm one of the VPs on the board. I was ready to turn in all that. Peace out. Mwah, bye. Y'all take care of yourselves. I don't feel welcome anyway. I'm out the door. But once I was able to get that rest in my spirit, that rest in my soul, to calm down, to breathe, to see that I have a lot going on right now, and to give myself permission to be honest with me, to be honest with the situation, then it turned into something different. Then it turned into, you have so much to offer. You bring so much to the table in every single thing that you're doing, not just this one place. And you need to learn to rest, not quit. And so that's how we started that's how the next day, one of the Army veterans that I know posted the quote, "When you get tired, learn to rest, not quit." And that thing set in my spirit immediately and just like blew up. It was like a rainbow coming. Like I just saw it. It was just so much with it. And I said, I wonder how many other people, especially at this time of year, when you think about what they say that this is the most wonderful time of year, but not for a lot of people. Sorry, y'all. Know why my screen keeps quitting on this Mac. I guess I gotta keep doing something in order for it to not turn off. But I'm in a lot of veteran groups on Facebook, and what I've been seeing from a lot of veterans right now is, y'all, please pray for me. I wanna end everything. Please pray for me because I want to commit suicide. Please pray for me. Please pray for me. Please pray for me. So imagine, I'm seeing that a lot in these veteran groups, but imagine the people who don't feel that they have a support system. See, we can say it in a veteran group because we know that there are so many like-minded people that think like us that are going through it, and we can say it and we'll have people that understand. Now, on the civilian side, for those of you who've never been in the military, for those of you who don't have that support system, you're not going to necessarily write that on Facebook, right? So you're not going to really reach out. So when you think about it, suicide or quitting anything in life is such a solitary event. We don't want to admit it to anybody. We don't want to tell anybody that we're at the point of our lives that, oh, I feel like I'm about to cry for somebody out there. Because I've been seeing this so much. You know, people are not honest about the fact that they want to quit anything. We go through it alone. We go through that struggle by ourselves because we haven't found anything to support ourselves on, right? To prop us up. We haven't found anything that we believe that we can tap into when we're weary and fatigued. We haven't found anything that we feel that what is it? That's it. Yeah, to support. I'm sorry, I'm reading the definitions, y'all. To be placed or supported is to stay in a specific position, an instance or period of relaxing or ceasing to engage. We haven't found anything where we can relax or to just to breathe. And if I could find them right now, I would. I know it's going to take me a minute to find them, but I gave these 8 tips. So we have a newsletter, and in our newsletter, I gave these 8 tips on ways to just, refresh yourself during the holiday season. But I know my number one tip was just find a way and a place to breathe. If you can just find a way to breathe, when you think about it, the universe set this all up so amazingly in that for every breath we take in, we are taking in oxygen that was released by something out there in the world, in the greenery of the world, that was giving us what we need. And then we release our breath. We're releasing what they need. Oh, I'm losing my daughter AirPod. Can't do that. Teenagers, boy, they territorial. So, uh-oh. Can y'all still hear me? Because it just beeped in my ear. Uh-oh. Okay. So, the breath is one of the most important tools, right? It's the thing that allows you to relax. It's the thing that allows you when you are feeling fatigued and ready to give up. It's the thing that feeds back into you what you need. So if nothing else during this time, when you get to the point where you want to quit, Black Knight, you said yes? Thank you. Oh, that's from Periscope. Oh my God. Hey, Black Knight. I told you I'm on like 9 different channels right now, and I can see where they're coming in from. That's so cool. Okay. But when you are at the point of your life where you are ready to quit and not rest. So again, Banksy said, when you get to the point of your life when you are tired, learn to rest, don't quit. Learn to rest, don't quit. And one of the ways you rest, the number one way you can learn to rest is to just simply breathe. If that's all you do for 5 minutes, man, that's one of the best things that you could do. That's why sleep is so important. Sleep is so important because when we go to sleep, we give every system in our body a chance to give our bodies what it needs, right? In your sleep, you are breathing without thinking about all this other stuff. You're not trying to run around and do things. You're giving your limbs a chance to relax. You're giving your body a chance to relax. I'm not saying take naps. I'm not a napper. If I take a nap, don't talk to me the rest of the day. I am crankified. I'm cranky to the highest point of crantivity. I snap about everything because I don't think naps are unnatural. I don't know what happened. Why my body go to sleep at 2 o'clock in the afternoon? That's not right. You know, and I'm ex-military. I don't sleep anyway, but I'm supposed to sleep from the hours of midnight to 4 a.m. That's probably it. 5 if on a good day, you know. Like if I'm sleep straight through, that's it. I'm falling asleep at 2 o'clock. So I'm not right. That's not right. So I'm cranky. But when I actually do go to sleep, my body be like, thank God the child finally relaxed and rested and went to sleep. Good night. Jeez, what do we need to do? But that's why it's so important to find and to at least do that. But during the day, if you're not just gonna fall asleep, if you're not gonna take a nap, breathe. Find a support system. Find people you could talk to. Learn to give back. Like Miss Shirley was saying earlier, her problem is that she gets filled up by giving to others, right? She takes care of others, and that's her rest. And that was the same for me, and it still is the same for me. I'm a giver. I'm going to give you everything that I can. What did Anita Baker say? Giving you the best that I got, baby. Right? Right? Soldiers only need 4 hours. That's it. We get them 4 hours and we good to go. Now we tired. Don't get it wrong. Don't get us twisted. But 5 o'clock in the morning, we out doing a road march somewhere or something. But yeah, so a lot of times the things that can give you rest and that could give you energy and your support system usually are the things that require that we're on the go and on the move. But they're given back to us in some type of way. It's when we're doing all that other busy work. Like again, what that is put earlier. Never mistake motion for action. I'm going to see if I know how to oh my God, look at me, y'all. Y'all see the quote? I just put a quote out there. I'm learning how to use this studio. I don't know how to take it back though. So I think it's just going to sit there. Hi, message from the stream. What? Say that. I'm going to leave it there though. Never mistake motion for action. Never mistake motion for action. I'm going to remove that one. Hold on, y'all. Give me a minute because now I'm about to put this one. I want to put the Banksy quote. When you get tired, learn to rest. Don't quit. Exclamation point. Do that. There it is. Show. Whoa. Hey. Y'all know I have an entire bachelor's degree in media production. This is what I moved to Hollywood to do. And all of that. And look at me now. I got a little studio on my computer. I ain't done this stuff in forever. But when you get tired, learn to rest, don't quit. Right? Find the things that fill you up. Find the things that make you happy. Find the things that make you smile. I am frozen on Instagram. I hate when you freeze and when you talking and then all of a sudden just freezing the weirdest facial expressions. But when you get tired, learn to rest, don't quit. That means, again, when you get tired, when you're fatigued to the point of exhaustion, when you're drained of strength and energy, when you're weary, man, weariness is one of the hardest. Right? Because when you are weary, that's a bone deep feeling. That's a feeling that just makes you feel like you'll never get strength again. And when you don't have ways to restore your body and replenish yourself of what you're missing, it's the hardest thing in the world. But you have to practice now in your non-tired moments, in your untired moments, in your moments where you are not disconnected from your energy source. Practice now. What do I need to do? Like, what are the things I'm going to do to rest? Let me have a plan for that, right? Let me make a goal sheet on my resting points. Like, again, mine used to be Blockbuster and Redbox. Blockbuster ain't been around in a long time, but I would go rent a movie. Now we download movies. Right now is Hallmark Christmas movies, Lifetime Christmas movies. My DVR is full of movies that I'm probably not going to be able to see before they start deleting them, because they just have too many brand new ones coming out and I can't watch them that fast because I don't watch a lot of TV, and it's that's depleting my energy. But find a way, like that's if you got nothing else from today, that's what we're going to talk. That's what we're going to do, and then we're going to wrap up. Make a list of all the things you love to do. And when you feel yourself being depleted of your energy, then go out and do those things. If you are an extrovert, fine. I know we're in the midst of Corona, so we can't get out a lot. We can't be around a lot of people, but find ways to, and I know right now this is probably really hard for extroverts because of the fact that you can't get out and be around a lot of people. But if you're around your family, find ways to play games with your family. My daughter and I have this game where you pull a card from a box and it's a question, and it may be something like, who's your favorite superhero? Or if you only had one dinner to eat for the rest of your life, what would it be? It's just those things that you can ask of somebody and tap into a different part of their psyche, right? So do things like that. Operation, learn how to play cards together. Do something that will restore you in a way that you weren't restored before. Have Zoom parties, meet each other at the park and sit 6 feet away from each other. Like, find a way that that I'm being depleted of my energy source and I'm drained, right? And I need to be strengthened. If you're like me, people don't believe it because I talk a lot when I'm in groups, but that's because that's my purpose, right? But really, at the end of the day, I'm an introvert. I want to come home, stare at my white walls. People know people call me all the time, and then they'll text me and be like, I called you. And it's like, oh, okay, I'm gonna call you back. My phone ring, I turn it upside down so I don't see it. I never have my ringer on. I never have sounds coming out of my phone. I happen to look down and be like, oh, I missed a call. I got a text. That's it. That's how, because I'm an introvert. And so if you're an introvert, you have to find those things that recharge you as an introvert. Because usually when I'm on a all day Zoom, my own Zoom calls all day, like right now, or if I'm at work around people all day, then it takes that much longer for me to recharge when I get home. So I have to read a book, or I'm addicted to puzzles. So I play these puzzle games, nerd games on my phone, or, I have to do something that recharges me and gives me a chance. I used to tell my son when he was younger, I would get home from work and he wanted, he's a Libra and their energy is all, the scales. I'm a Scorpio. We are just like, everything is black or white. There is no gray. There is no in between. Yes or no. You say maybe to me and I'm like, that means no, because I don't understand maybe, right? But I used to tell him, when I walk in the door, and I get it because we haven't seen each other all day and you have this life you want to tell me about, but if you could just give me 5 minutes to just go stand in a closet or in a corner and breathe, then I'll be yours for the rest of the day. If you can give me 10 minutes, that's golden. But if you can only give me 5, I'll take the 5. But just give me 5 to just stare at the wall, please. But that was my rest, right? I needed it because I'm an introvert. I needed that. So Miss Shirley said, where can you find that game? I got mine on Amazon. I will remember to post the link of the game, of the Amazon game that I'm talking about. And they have quite a few of them. They have them for couples, they have them for family, they have them for younger kids. But I just got like the normal one, and then we pick the questions, and I just make sure that they're appropriate to the day. Or you can make up your own, right? But yeah, I love stuff like that because I believe that questions are the building block of relationships. Oh, you're welcome. But yeah, I'm gonna remember to post that link. And if I don't remember, just send me a reminder and say where can I get the game, child? Because you know my memory ain't that great. But yeah, so that's it. That's it. When you get tired, learn to rest, don't quit. When you get tired, learn to rest, don't quit. And if you're at the point of quitting, if you're at the point of wanting to cease to exist at any level of your life, reach out to somebody. And if you don't have anybody to reach out to, send me a message. And as long as it's not like, hey, girl, I ain't talked to you in a while, give me a call. That may take a while. But if you reach out and say, this is a SOS, I'm calling you immediately. SOSs I respond to immediately. Want to shoot the breeze? If I'm not in that space, if I don't have the bandwidth, then I'm not gonna shoot the breeze. I don't know how to do that. I'm a weird one. I don't know how to do that. But yeah, when you get tired, learn to rest. Don't quit. Thank y'all for coming by. Y'all, now that we're done, I have to tell y'all, look, so pandemic, I wasn't taking care of my hair. I was just keeping it I had a whole afro over here, y'all. And I finally cut it. I didn't know I forgot what my scalp looked like. Because I'm learning to rest. And my birthday is Saturday. Can y'all see that, or is it backward? I'll be the big 50 on Saturday. Hey. So I'm practicing so that I'm bringing my 50th birthday looking like a rough ragamuffin. Can't do that. Can't do that at all. Can't do that at all. So I will see y'all next week. That'll be, oh, you like it? That is right here. But I'll see y'all next week. So next week we'll probably be talking about something birthday related, and not birthday as in it's my birthday, not that type. But birthday energy is a new trip around the sun, a new chance to go after your goals and your dreams, your hopes, your aspirations, a new chance to take that 365 and move in the direction that you were intended to do. So I'm pretty sure it'll be some type of inspiration coming from that, like let's go, let's go, let's get it. What are we gonna do to live our lives at our highest level, which I kind of feel like every talk that I do is like that. But yeah, this one will probably be more toward that. And I'll probably be giving y'all a recap on how I feel to be 50. A half a century. Wow, there means that there's some knowledge in this brain of mine, y'all. 50 years. I should have learned something by now. Happy birthday. Thank you. You can tell me again Saturday. You can tell me tomorrow and Tuesday, Wednesday's Friday. You can even tell me belated on Sunday. I mean, I'll take it all the way through Christmas. This is my time of year. It's the most wonderful time of the year. Y'all have a good day. And I will see y'all next week. Bye, y'all. I gotta end on too many things. Okay. End on Instagram. And then end on my studio. Bye, y'all. I don't know how. Something wrong with your child. Oh, there it is.